Ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of House of Sports. It's your boy Junebug, as usual. What's going on, Byron?
Oh, what's going on, buddies? How's it going, man?
Ready? It's All going, man. right, It's ladies and going. Gentlemen, good afternoon. It's going, man. Couple days, a week away. We were, just hanging out, doing another episode now, man. Nice week of sports, some fun stuff that happened. But how was your? Actually, before we get into that, man, as you can tell, man, look a little
Oh, you,
different.
oh yeah, no, I get it.
Had
You got
to
a haircut.
had to shave off, a couple years. Looking a little younger. Had to
Mm,
catch up to
yeah,
Byron.
yeah, it's making you look younger, though. Sure it is.
Nah, definitely, man, definitely. But nah,
Whatever you
man,
say, man.
how's your week, bro?
Oh man, it's been fun. So I know some of you guys know, like, your boy moved to Atlanta. I don't have a Georgia ID, right? I didn't have one. I have a New Jersey ID,
Okay.
so I had to go to DMV by appointment, which was fun. Had to wait in the cold because they got a line, and it is
In
what it is.
in the cold?
They didn't. Yeah, I mean, it's 50 degrees, so it's kind of
Oh,
cold for me.
this guy,
um.
man. This guy forgot. He came from Jersey. Forgot like what actual cold is. But
Oh yeah, no.
continue, man. Continue.
So go through the line, and I'm waiting, and this isn't give myself kudos or anything like that. There's this lady, they kind of was like, you got to pay this amount. She wasn't prepared to, and I felt bad. I'm like, she came all this way. Corona's a thing as much as people think it's not. So I was like, you know what? I'll pay for it. So I paid for it. So I paid for her license fee.
Wow.
And then I got my license. So the funny thing is, how like in Jersey we get our license, like we actually get our physical license. Yeah, no, not here. We get a piece of paper with a picture of our license as a temporary license until they mail out our license. So I'm
Okay.
like, what the fuck is this? I have less of a license than I did an hour ago. So what the fuck is this?
Nah, man. If
But
anything, just make a bunch of copies, just in case.
it's a real thing.
But that's wild, man. That's wild. And I'm sorry to hear that you're going through the 50-degree coldness
Oh
over
yeah, no,
there.
it's chilly out here.
'Cause out here, we're getting some real cold, and it's
Yeah, my
windy.
mom told me she's like, so another fun thing that was supposed to happen today was, my little brother was supposed to come out here to come get his PS5. So I got him a PS5 to pick up.
Such a good brother.
And yeah, 100%. So I was supposed to, give it to him, but there's a lot of wind over there, so he didn't feel comfortable flying. So he rescheduled it to Friday. So
Nah, yeah. Supposedly the winds are up to like 25 miles per hour out here. So yeah, be careful out there. All my people from New Jersey, stay safe, man. But nah, man. For
uh,
me, last week celebrated my son's birthday. I was on PTO, so I was off the entire week. Got to relax a little bit.
I'm on
Uh,
PTO right now.
must be nice.
100%. Don't you go on
But
PTO like a week after? Like you're
I'm
back for like a week,
actually
and then
I'm actually on PTO next week as well. Yeah,
yeah.
crazy how things happen. That's gotta use them up. But nah, hung out. Got to spend time with the family. Went out for my son's birthday this past weekend. Went to the aquarium. So got to relax. Got to enjoy myself. My father was out here from Puerto Rico, which
Papa
whew,
Lou.
your boy's tempted to go to Puerto Rico. Like my father flew out here from Puerto Rico to New Jersey for like $75. Went back to Puerto Rico for like another 100. Like the flights right now are just
Nah,
ridiculous.
they're
Like
cheap though.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
100%.
I
They're
might
cheap.
I might not be here next week, guys. Just a heads up, man. I think I might take a trip.
You don't
And
have internet in Puerto Rico? Like, are you like how you are in the Dominican Republic,
well, I'm
or
not I'm not gonna take this whole entire setup
you can't
with
do it
me.
through your phone? Like, well, you gonna have me out here with Isaac?
Might have to get Isaac. We'll see, man. Actually, you know what? I'll bring my iPad. Make sure the background is the beach. Make sure you guys know where I'm at. So, but nah, man, definitely excited for another week, man. I've been having a lot of fun with this, man, and a lot of stuff's been happening in the sports world. We're gonna start off with some. Actually, before we start off, beautiful jersey, by the way. Just a heads up.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You don't
And just
wanna
so you know,
you
it's
don't wanna stand up a little bit.
no, of course not, because I'm sitting down already. So
Like
as far as
that's the
I'm going,
number three, right?
yeah,
Make sure it's. I mean, because you probably would have gotten like Eric Snow's jersey or something like that.
Matumbo.
You
So
would have
just so you
you
know, you
you would have been the one like, oh, no more Iverson. Let me get that Aaron McKee real quick, bro. Like, nah, well, nah, beautiful
so
jersey.
fun story about this hoodie, this jersey. So I purchased this like on a random Tuesday because it was on a flash sale for like Mitchell and Ness had like these authentics on sale for like half off. So I paid like 150 for these, which is ridiculous price for these, by the way. Official NBA Finals patch, the official little satin that it has on it. It's legit. Oh, so
It's your boy June.
for like half. You got lost?
I'm sorry, my bad. Clicked on the wrong button.
I get it.
But nah, man, it's a beautiful jersey. The goat right there, man. I'm glad you
I
recognize that.
would go as far as the goat.
The
You want to?
the crossover goat.
Oh, okay.
That
Oh,
crossover. Whew. But nah, man. Let's get started, bro. Let's start off with some football, man. Obviously the season's over, but you know it's off season. It's free agency season right now, man. You know, last week we talked about how you know a couple trades went down. This week we actually had a another free agent signing. Your boy J.J. Watt finally agreed to a deal with the Cardinals, and little weird, no? Don't you think?
not really, man. That's Houston 2.0.
That's Houston 2.0. Explain.
That's they just need Deshaun Watson heading down there, and then that's just the Houston Texans of a year ago.
I mean,
This,
they do have DeAndre Hopkins over there.
I mean, they got him for a second round pick. So
You bring in J.J. Watt,
Deshaun,
pull off a Deshaun Watson trade, and oh my goodness, they
nah,
get
I like
to
their I like what's his name? I can't think of his name right now.
the quarterback,
Yeah,
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, dude. You know he's not even taller than you.
I
Might be
believe it.
like your height. It's a real thing.
I
It's
mean,
like your height.
most QBs aren't the
Mm,
tallest.
mm.
You
I
know,
mean now, yeah.
you got
Back in the day,
Russ.
they're like 6'5".
But nah, man. You don't find it surprising though? Like out of all the teams he could have gone to, and we obviously we had our predictions about what team he possibly could have gone to, and
Dude, him and Chandler Jones on the two sides, bro. Imagine like it's a wrap. Like you already have Matthew Stafford who gets panicky when there's pressure. You got whatchamacallit, Russell Wilson out here talking about like I don't want to take hits anymore. It's a wrap, man. That's their division. It's their divisional win at this point.
wow. So you're putting them
Mm-hmm.
as the favorite.
100%.
Is that
Oh,
what you're
that's
doing?
that's another piece to that defensive puzzle, man.
But I
You
mean,
don't.
you don't even know what J.J. Watt we're gonna get.
I mean, was did he fall off in a matter of a month? Like, what do you mean? JJ Watt's been consistent all the way through, besides those couple injuries, but he's had
Mm,
consistent performance going
It's
through.
more than a couple injuries, man. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, he hasn't really been the same J.J. Watt that he has been in the past. But
I mean, but he's better than anyone that you could put in that position right now, though.
you think so? You think he's still elite,
Yeah, dude,
or
bro, he's still. I mean, even if he lost a step, I mean, dropping down from elite to all pro, he's still an all pro end. Like, that's crazy. I don't know how. Put some respect on his name, man. Like
no, no.
JJ
I
Watt's
mean,
like.
I'm not trying to disrespect the man. All I'm trying
I
to
feel
do
like you
is,
are.
I'm just trying to throw some little takes at you to kind of, try to
No,
see what you
don't.
think.
Nah, bro, my man, just he's an all pro. He's gonna do his thing. I mean, I'm not worried. I think that's gonna help them push that extra little piece of the puzzle. They have really good offense. It's just trying to figure out what they could, do to take that next step. That's all.
Think they paid him too much?
I don't think it was a lot. I mean, it's not like what he was making before, but it was a nice chunk of change. He didn't want to take a pay cut. He said
20
it himself.
what is it? 22, 23 million
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed, 2 year
And that's still good
contract.
for.
So we're
But
gonna see, man.
you know how it is though, man. These contracts are, hit or miss.
Oh no, definitely. But I mean, what do you think is more important for him, or like,
In that ring, bro. At this point,
do you think he took the money, or do you think he's trying to win it? Because
he's both. He did both. He tried to do the best mixture of both as he could without taking like. If he wanted the money, he could have went to the Jets. Like keep it 100. If he wanted the money, he could have went to the Jets. He didn't want to do that. He wanted the best chance to get him a playoff ring. So he took it to the Cardinals. They paid him, and they have a good team. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a great team, but they have a good team enough to get them to the playoffs. At least I'm hoping.
I mean, if you had to choose between the Packers and the Cards, you're picking the Cards. Like
But Packers couldn't pay him though. That's the problem.
you got Aaron Rodgers out there, way
Packers
better.
couldn't pay him though. He didn't want to take that pay cut. He said it himself. He didn't want to take
He
that.
didn't want to play with his brother.
They
T-
couldn't pay him. That's the thing though, man. Like he took the best scenario that he could find and he made it work. He's getting paid. It's a good team. Packers couldn't pay him. The Steelers couldn't pay him. The only other team would have been the Jets, the Jaguars, the Patriots, and I think the New York Washington team, the Washington team. That's it. and the New York Giants.
The what the F
Yeah, like
team?
yeah, that's wild. But those are the only people that could have paid him. And like he said himself, he did not want to take a pay cut, which is respectable. I mean, he does, we already have like 5 years left in him, if that. So, I just think that was a good, move on his end to
Yeah.
get paid and still play with someone that's going to take him to that next level.
Yeah, he's in a tough division. I mean, you've got the Seahawks in there, the Rams, and the 49ers. Obviously, each team has their own little issues that they're going with right now. Cardinals finished what 8-8 last season, so
Mm-hmm.
you're projecting them what to at least get to like 12, 13 wins. You think?
I'd go like at least 11.
Okay,
I'm not trying to go 13. That's a big jump, but at least 11.
okay, so definitely gonna be excited for that.
I mean, look at
Um,
who's in their division. I mean, that was a big move that the Rams did, and it doesn't even guarantee them a playoff spot with Matthew Stafford. Russell Wilson's getting a 1 year older, so that's also a thing too. And he's not the most. He is a mobile quarterback, but we all know how mobile quarterbacks age. They don't age that well. He has the 49ers in that division, and they're up in the air right now with
they've
the
got they've
whole
got QB issues.
Garoppolo. Yeah, so I think if this is any time, this would be the time for them to take that next step to, hopefully make the playoffs and then make some noise.
No, definitely, man. I mean, it's a move in the right direction. It's a little bit of a for some, it's a little bit of a questionable call because I mean, out of all the teams, I don't think anyone had the Cards as their top,
No,
destination. So that's
everyone
that's
kept
kind
saying he
of
was going to the
the
Packers.
Packers and Steelers. I think were the
Mm-hmm.
number two, were the 1 and 2 options. But from J.J. Watts to Russell Wilson, man, lot of stuff going on over there. It looks like he wants to get traded. I think the destinations that he named was the Cowboys, the Saints, the Raiders, and the Bears.
I don't think it was he wanted to get traded. I think the wording was is that if I do or you do decide to move me, this is where I want to go. So I don't think necessarily like there's a breakup yet. Um, it's just that he wants to make sure he's set because remember, like he doesn't have that much. I'm not shouldn't talk about like he's super old, but like he wants to continue to have that championship window coming through, and I know he has that really good relationship with what's his call it Carol. So I just think it's gonna be cool if they do add some weapons to him. I mean, they just got to make sure that line holds up for him, man, because that line's. I mean, it's like having you block for him at this point
Oh no, I can't. I can't do that anymore.
anymore. I don't know if you could do it in the first place,
Oh
but
no, no. Back in the day, your boy had some skills, man.
Lou,
No,
back
no.
you keep talking about this back in the day. It was this back in the day. Was that like
Ask about me. How about that? How about you come back to Jersey? Ask about me. Like yo,
yeah,
my name's out there, bro. My name's out there.
yeah, yeah, sure. It just,
But nah,
but I
to
just think
me,
he just needs a line, man. I don't think he's gonna leave. I just think they need to fix that line and get him some better weapons. That's all.
nah. But he's already in the situation like where you kind of have to like he's naming teams that he wants to go to. So like even though he's not outright saying, "Hey, trade me," like Watson is, my man's not happy. He's not happy, and that's a decision that the Seattle Seahawks are gonna have to make because they're gonna have to make those moves. They're gonna, his biggest thing is the protection. Can they make improvements on the line this year to make him happy, or can they even make a possible signing or trade, just to kind of get him in the right direction? That's gonna be the biggest
Mm-hmm.
question for Russell Wilson. He's a special talent, and he deserves it, and I get where he's coming from. As far as football terms, he's still youngish. Like he's I think 32, 33 years old. So in football, he still has some years left. I mean, no,
No, man. I mean, yeah, he has years, but he's not on the young range. I mean, I know you're like 40, so I get it,
what do you
but
what do you mean? I mean, you got Tom Brady playing at 43. So I mean,
Tom Brady's different though. Tom Brady's not.
Russell Wilson
It's
potentially
a
has
different type of
another
style.
eight,
No,
nine,
it's a
ten
different type of
years.
style. You don't compare Tom Brady to Russell Wilson. That's just not a thing, dude. They play two different styles.
I mean,
One's a pocket quarterback, and the other one's a extend the play. It's totally different.
no, Russell Wilson is a pocket passer if he had some protection. Like he can throw the
Well, I
ball. Like
mean,
he can
but
he can sling it.
he's known as a extend the play type of quarterback, and those extend the play quarterbacks take hits, and
No,
that's
they do.
exactly what happens. And that's the first thing I said was that mobile quarterbacks do end up taking hits, and they don't last as long, and it's been proven. I mean, look at Michael Vick. look at Donovan McNabb, 34, and they're out. That was the year that the Eagles traded McNabb. It was when he was 34 or something like that, 33, 34, and 2 seasons later he's gone.
No.
So
So you gotta, that's what I'm saying. They have to make that move. They gotta make some type of move
mhm.
to protect them. If they don't make those moves, then he's pretty much, he might be out the door. Supposedly there was some type of trade. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was like a trade where like them and the Cowboys, him for Dak, like, and supposedly the Cowboys, the rumor is that the Cowboys like they laughed at the trade, like, oh, like that's a ridiculous
The
trade.
crazy thing is you've been throwing these crazy takes after you got your haircut. I feel like you got your news from like your barbershop. Like I feel like you and like the
Barber
four old heads,
barbershop talk is
like
the
you
truth,
and like the
man.
four old heads that don't know about sports, talking about like, yo, like you heard the Kevin
I
Mutombo's
forgot you
getting
guys
traded.
you guys don't believe in barbershop talk. It's like
Oh
you,
no,
you,
I
you,
mean,
you guys do appointments now. That's what it is. Like everything's by appointment.
oh, that is a real thing. But I mean,
Uh,
even before COVID, it was by appointment. I don't know where you go, where you could just walk in, but
nah, man, that's the true. I mean, there's a side note, there's a sidebar, but the true way of getting your hair cut is just going to the barber shop and you wait your turn while and you
well,
just hang
that's how you
out.
know your barber's trash.
No, no, this is go. This is the real thing. Like this whole appointment based thing.
That's how
These
you know your
these
barber's trash.
these barbers with apps now. Like
That's how you know. Well, so that whole
that's
app thing
Gen
that Albert
Z.
does is some.
That's Gen Z like ridiculous stuff. Like that's not the true way to go get your hair cut. Like that's just my
No,
opinion.
that's how you know your barber's trash. My barber back in Jersey, and I have to hit him up a day or two before, like,
How
yo, I need a haircut.
how old is he?
I think he's 2 years younger than me, so he's 28.
Exactly, like Gen Z. These younger guys are that's just not the way. That's just. I grew up in. You go to the barber
Before he had
shop.
phones. Yeah,
You
no.
go to the barber shop. You hang out.
Louis, your barber's trash.
You've got music playing. You've got
Dude, you're literally describing my barber right
just
now. Like,
you're just hanging out with a bunch of people, like just talking sports,
your
talking
barber's
shit.
trash. Your
Like nah,
barber's trash. If he has
that's the
if he
real
has
way to
room for
do
you
it.
that same day, he's
That's the
trash.
real way to do it, man.
Anyone that's gonna hear
This
this is gonna
whole
tell you the same thing. Your barber's
nah
trash. If he
nah
has room for you the same day, he's trash.
nah. That's not it. It's just that's how you do it. That's you just walk up to you just go. And if you wanna wait, then you wait. If you don't wanna wait, then you leave and come back another day. But this whole, oh, hello, hey, do you have space for me on Tuesday at 4? Like, no, get out. Like, no, that's trash. That's no,
No,
that's
your
dumb.
barber's trash. That's why
No,
you don't
the
you can
Gen Z
walk in.
stuff, like you don't even have a barber. Like you've been in Atlanta for like 2 years and still don't got a barber. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I'll never cheat on my barber from Jersey. Shout out to Alexis. I
fly
will
him
never
out.
cheat on him.
Fly him
Huh?
out then.
No, man, I can't afford all. I mean, I could probably afford all that now because these flights are so
I'm
cheap. But
sorry, man. Whew, that was really off topic, but
yeah, because your barber's trash.
you guys know the new generation is trash. You guys are trash.
Get out of here,
But nah, man. Russell Wilson, he might come to the Falcons, bro. Bring him to the
man.
Falcons.
Stop. Like I don't understand you guys. Like you guys are out here like, yeah, man, he's gonna do his thing. Like I'm not getting into it. You're gonna get me amped up for no reason.
Get amped up, man. He might, Russell Wilson to the Pats, baby. Let's go. Let's do it.
No, that's I'm you know me. I always throw some realistic takes. I hope he comes to the Pats, but I know he's not going to. We're just gonna do another year of another either very cheap quarterback or a drafted quarterback, and then we're gonna build our defense. That's just how we do it, man.
I don't know. I think the New England days are over. That's it. They're going back to pre-Brady, just trash mode.
They went to the Super Bowl before Brady.
Trash mode. Like I said, then they were nothing before Brady.
How's your Falcons?
We're 1-0 in the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah,
Somewhere in Africa.
yeah. The shirts are
There's,
in
there's a
Africa.
shirt.
I
There's a
get it.
shirt. There's a shirt out there somewhere that says, we are Super Bowl champions. So don't disrespect, man. But from one QB to another, man. Deshaun Watson, bro. Like, not much out of
Miami,
him. Was that
Miami. He's going to
Miami? Is
Miami.
still going there? I don't know,
Hear me now.
man. I
He's
don't
going to
know.
Miami.
I know he had a what was it? He had the meeting with the coach.
Hmm.
Uh, some people thought that the meeting would help, but supposedly he still wants out. Like he don't. He's done. He's done with the team.
Yeah, I don't blame him, man. That's a very dysfunctional team. Especially since Bill O'Brien, dude, that that's like worse than the Chip Kelly era, man. Like that shit's crazy. Like he traded. He traded my man for a second round pick, bro. DeAndre Hopkins for a second round pick. Like he was out here playing Madden. Okay, playing Madden for a second round pick. Like that shows wild. I'd want to lead that organization too. Like it took him that long to fire him and let him have all that decisional say on all that stuff. Man, I would have fired him too, bro.
So let me give you a couple destinations for Deshaun Watson, man. I know you got the what you said, the Dolphins, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what about the Jets?
No, no way,
No, why
no
not?
way. I don't think you want. I don't think you would want to go there. Because here's the thing too: is that he only has what 2 years left on his contract. So if it's somewhere he doesn't want to go, you're trading a lot of capital for someone that's not going to want to stay. And as much as people want to sit there and say like, oh, what if he ends up liking it? It's the Jets. No one likes the Jets. I don't even think the Jets owner likes the Jets.
What about the Pats?
He doesn't want to go there. He just doesn't like. I mean, the whole reason of him not wanting to go there is because of the fact that they hired a former Patriot personnel, and that's why he was a little mad. So he doesn't want to go through all that again because he went through that with Bill O'Brien. So I don't think he's coming to the Pats as much as I want him to.
All right, what about the Bears?
I mean, that'd be a good way. Um, Trade him for Trubinsky, but I mean that's just too much to give up. I mean, they gave up for a lot for Khalil Mack, and they don't have that much capital left. I know it was a couple years ago, but they still gave up a lot for him. So I mean, because look at it now for Stafford, they gave up what a first round pick and Goff. So imagine for Deshaun, it's like 3 first round pick and Trubinsky. Like that's a lot for a team that we're not sure what they could really do.
All right, and then finally, so like the 49ers.
I think they're going to try to wait it out to see what they're going to do with Jimmy G. I'm hoping that they release him so we can sign him. But I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I mean, that'd be a good matchup with Kyle Shanahan. He has a really good offense. He just can't run the ball at the very end of the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl to win it. But
You had to bring it up, right?
sorry.
Had to bring it up.
But I mean, he has really great offensive game plans and he does a lot. So that'd be really interesting to see what he would do in a Kyle Shanahan offense. To be honest.
No, definitely. I mean, those are. I mean, there's a report that came out on NFL.com. Those are like about 5 teams that like have actually reached out to them. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we'll see, man. Hopefully next week we're gonna be talking about some more player movement. But
Yeah, I can't wait.
you've got the Dolphins as his top choice, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna go on a limb and just say to me that I think it's gonna be the Jets, bro. Just cause my boy's a Jets fan, and I know how you know they're sad right now, and I think they need like something to like bring up their spirits. So I'm gonna go Jets. That's what
He
they're gonna
couldn't
happen.
even tank correctly. So yeah, they're gonna sign. They're gonna get Deshaun Watson.
No,
All he had to do was lose all their games to get Trevor Lawrence.
they need a QB, man. That's what they need.
Yeah, and they couldn't do the right job and lose all their games. They won some like idiots.
Are you a fan of that, by the way? Like tanking? Like
Yes and no. Like
like
it,
there should be like you don't feel like there should be some pride going into the week. And yes, even though you're not a great team, at least like still try to do something.
um so I am a f- I'm I don't want to say like I'm an outright fan and I understand like if it's something like if it's the last game of the season and there's nothing to play for, obviously I just say just give it like it is what it is. But you always want to win every game, so like that's the mentality that you should go in with it. But if you're tanking for, and I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent, but like if you're tanking for a potential opportunity to for LeBron James or like Zion Williamson, like that's something that I would consider, but not for like every person that comes through the draft. And the Jets consistently in the past 5 years have been top five or above in picks. So um, I would say I'm not that big of a fan, but I understand when there are circumstances where you should tank for that opportunity to get better. I mean, look at the Sixers. They knew they weren't going to get better any better, and look at them now. They follow the process, and look at the Sixers.
Trust the tanking
Trust the
process.
process, man. Yeah, trust the process.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Tanking is a weird. Like I don't know. It's weird. That's just weird, bro. Like the fact that you're out there intentionally throwing a game or intentionally, wanting to lose or not even wanting to lose because most of these bad teams are just bad, so they're gonna lose regardless. But like the fact that you're not putting no effort into it, like I feel like that takes away from the sports. Like I don't know, it's just
Hmm.
you're professional players, and once again, it's obviously the players have to go perform, but then obviously ownership has to also build a team around that and make their moves and trade signs all that stuff. But I feel like tanking is a joke. Like it's just that's just like you're out there telling adults like, oh hey, just whatever, just let's lose the game, guys. Don't worry, we'll go we'll go 0-16 and we'll get the number one pick and that number one pick will definitely make us that much. Like no, that's not gonna happen. Like that one player, especially in football, like one player is not gonna just make you that much better, like 10 times
So my
better.
question to you is, if the Atlanta Falcons, right, were like one player away, and all they had to do was tank, and you know that season they weren't going to be any good, you wouldn't tell them tank?
Nope. But
Not at all.
football. So
It's different than basketball. Yes,
exactly,
it's never
exactly.
one
So
player away.
it's a different sport. So that one player is not gonna change your whole season around.
Tom Brady did,
It can. Nah, they had the pieces around them. So and plus
and the
you have
one player
you have
stepped in
you
and
have
made it that.
defense, you have the defense and all that stuff. But
Yeah, but
like I
you just
said, you
said that
have like one player is not gonna come in football. One player in football is not gonna just come in
Tom
and
Brady
just
just did it.
turn it around.
Tom
No,
Brady just did it.
no. They had pieces. They had a bunch of
Yes,
pieces.
and
But I'm
they
talking
didn't
about
sign.
we're talking about like bottom of the barrel teams like the Jets that a quarterback is not gonna just change their entire lifestyle. Like it's just can it help the process? Yeah, sure, it can help the process, but it's not gonna just make things that much better.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like you just be fake news in it.
No, it's the
You know,
truth.
like I feel like
Like
you would go to.
you give Tom Brady way too much credit. Like
I
that
don't
Bucks
give him way too much credit.
that Bucks team was a good team. Like
It was
it was
but
a
it
good
needed that.
team.
So you're telling me with Jameis Winston they would have won the Super Bowl.
With who?
Jameis Winston,
No, not with Jameis Winston. They would have won it
and
with
all they did was really switch out
they would have won it.
Michael.
No, no, I'm talking about, but I'm not. So no, you're okay. I'm talking about these bottom of the barrel teams like the 0-16s, the 1-15s, like the guys that are like in rebuild mode. Like you're not gonna put Tom Brady in the Jets and they're gonna do the same exact thing. Like that's just not gonna
Oh,
happen.
that's fake news. Yeah, hundred
That's what I'm
percent.
saying. So like you're talking about a Jets team that doesn't have like a lot of pieces. You're talking about they're gonna that number one pick is not gonna help them. The Bucks already had something at least established. They had receivers, they had a defense, they had a run game. They brought in some running backs, and then now you plug in a quarterback that can get the ball to these pieces, the tight ends. So that's different. I'm talking about like rebuild mode teams that are just starting from scratch. Like that number one pick is not gonna help you like the way they make it seem. So to me, tanking is like borderline pointless when it comes to football.
No, I
Ba-
agree. I mean,
Basketball's a
it's
different
just
story, but basketball, one player can take over. But football, you still need to establish like the entire, both sides of the football field.
no, I believe it. I believe it on that. I mean, I understand it. I'm just saying, sometimes it takes that one extra player to do it.
Not Tom Brady, but sure. I forgot you're a Bucks
Say,
fan.
well,
You're a Tampa Bay,
Tampa Bay, baby, Tampa Bay.
Tampa
I
Bay.
already got my jersey on order, about to come through with that. I'm a
Horrible.
Tom Brady fan.
No, no, of course. Left the Patriots and now you're Tampa Bay fan.
Tampa. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I go where the team goes. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm still a Patriots fan all day. But, at the end of the day, you gotta
Eh,
support the team.
nah, not anymore, man. There's no loyalty anymore, man.
I mean, it's coming from a Falcons fan.
There's no loyalty. Like, yeah,
What do you mean there's no loyalty?
I don't
I'm
want
a,
to get
I'm a
into it.
diehard fan.
I don't want to get into it.
Nah, go ahead. Let's get into it.
Like, there's no. I like it's different age now. Like, I feel like it's hard being a fan of a team because it's like the way everything's so short term now. So like the reason you like a team is because of the players,
Hmm.
right? You don't no one sits there and goes, hey, I'm gonna be a team of the
So,
San Antonio Spurs because I love the way they move the ball around. Like no,
so what made you a Falcons fan?
I don't know. I was
Against
young.
Michael Vick.
I was young. No, this was before Vic.
So he
Um,
was out there when who's on the
what
Falcons
was
back
his
in the
name?
day?
Jamal. What was his name again? Jamal Anderson. I want to say.
Yeah, some craziness.
Yeah, but no, so I wasn't a big football head. So when I was more of a basketball fan. But when it came to football, like I was young, I watched them on TV a couple times. I just kind of, I don't know if it was the uniforms or just they won the game that day or something like that, and I just started liking it. And then obviously once Mike Vick came into the picture, that definitely expanded my fandom for the Falcons.
I feel like you became a Mike Vick fan and then became an Atlanta Falcon fan.
No, no, because I liked them before that. I liked them before Michael
Sure.
Vick
You
was.
know, you don't even know who was on the team before Mike Vick, bro.
Well, I mean, this was like we're talking about 30 something years ago. Like my memory's not as good.
No, look,
Memory,
at least
memory,
someone,
memory,
at least you
memory,
finally
memory
admitted
comes
it.
in, memory comes and goes.
Oh, I get it.
But no, like I said, I wasn't really big on football, so like I'll watch it here and there. But definitely when Michael Vick did, you know, become a Falcons, that's definitely when I started paying attention to the game more. But like I said, I was more of a basketball guy, so. But yeah, but no, going back to the thing, like I said, it's you fall in love with the players. That's first and foremost. I don't think anyone falls in love with the organization. Like no one goes, "Oh my God, that owner does amazing moves." Like I'm a fan. Like no, like it's because of the players. And then back in the day, it was easier because like players would, for the most part, a lot of them would play out their contracts. Start with the team, end with the
Well, the NFL
team.
was never like that though.
No, I'm saying, but like they last in the
Yeah, I mean,
franchise a little
because the
bit longer.
NFL's always been more cutthroat than the NBA, where the NFL,
But it's
you know,
also, I mean,
they have a hard cap.
it's more of a physical sport too. So I mean, obviously, they don't have those type of longevity years either. Um, but like to me, like that's why like everyone gets upset because like I'm a fan of the players. So like I feel like I know some people are like, oh no, that's stupid. You have to be a fan of the teams. Like you have to support the teams. Like why would I support the team when they take my favorite player and just kick them out or do this, do that? Like they're not doing anything like. So to me, like those,
So what you're telling me is that I shouldn't support the Patriots because of how they handle the Tom Brady situation?
you should be upset. You should be upset about
I
that.
am upset, but I mean, I
Yeah, you
gotta
shouldn't. You shouldn't. Yeah, you should be like, you know what? Like, forget the Patriots.
let me
Um,
become a Tampa Bay Bucks fan.
become a Bucks fan. I mean,
Nah, man, I'm not.
you're already an undercover Bucks fan. You just,
Don't do that. No, I rooted for Tom Brady. Tom Brady was is, like the great Terrell Owens said is that's my quarterback. I don't want to cry right now,
that's
but
my QB. Shed a tear.
that's my QB, man. But um, to keep it 100, like I stay with the team because I like what they did. We won 6 Super Bowls. We were consistent for 15, 20 years now. Like
We'll talk.
it's just the most.
We'll
It's a
talk.
lot of
We'll
consistency.
talk in 10 years. We'll see how you feel after that.
No, I mean, Pedro was taking shots this morning at me when Albert called me and he's like, "You still like the Patriots?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna jump teams just because they got rid of one player." And like I said, in the NFL, it's more cutthroat than the NBA, where like in the NFL, like the Tom Brady situation wasn't something that was the norm. Like we talked about McNabb. McNabb was them until what 2008 or nine, and they got rid of him. Like he was there 10, 11 years. People say that seems like a lot, but that doesn't always happen. Dante Culpepper, which, back in the day, 98, 99, 2000, 2003, like everyone's like, oh, Culpepper's the man. A year later, they released him. Like that's the thing. It's always been cut through in the NFL. Now the NBA is something different.
Nah, yeah.
And
So
it's not always been consistent, but for the most part, you've had those franchise players, like those Kevin Garnett's until '08 when they traded him to the Celtics, Dirk Nowitzki that spent 20 years.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's more. It's more. There's more movement now.
Mhm.
So like it's like to me, it's like I'm gonna cheer for one team, but yet all my players are like getting moved here, there, and like I don't know. It's just like it's hard to just be a fan of one team like when those teams are just it's just a different era, man. It's just a different age, and I like the players don't last in one team anymore. Like it's very rare that you see those KGs. Very rare that you see those Dirk Nowitzkis, those Kobe Bryants. Like that's not really a thing, Um, player movement. That's just kind of the new normal now. But that's the
Yeah,
reason.
no,
That's
100% on
that's the
that. Like
reason.
it's
That's the reason you fall in love, though. That's the reason you fall in love. It's because the players, not because of the teams. Like I get it. Like you want to support a team, yeah. But at the end of the day, like the reason you watch sports is for the players.
100%.
Like no one. Maybe you know, like, but I mean, it probably is you, Byron. You're probably like, you know what?
Probably one of
I
few.
want to be. I want to be Bill Belichick. Like he's a
I
like
mean,
that's the
if I can
no
have
no.
hoodies that are cut off right here with, yeah, I would do it
You,
definitely.
you
But
almost you almost do it right now, yeah.
Oh yeah, true that.
Just attach a hoodie to that. But no, it's because of the it's because of the players. Like so that's why for me
so
it's harder to kind of
so you're a Nets fan, right? NBA.
NBA.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a Nets fan.
What's your team?
I don't have a team.
What
That's
do
what I'm
you
saying.
mean?
I don't have a team.
What was your team back in the day?
I mean, back in the day, like I said, you fell in love with the Bulls because of Jordan. That's very like, come on, are you kidding me? Like 90% of basketball fans were fans because of Jordan. Like back in those days.
Okay.
Then I fell in love with Allen Iverson.
So you're a
So
Sixers fan,
obviously ran with the Sixers, and obviously fell in love with LeBron James.
and then he was a Cavs fan.
I was a LeBron James fan.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you
You
weren't
know,
like me, who has been a Dallas Mavericks fan for 20 odd
for
years.
6 years.
Yeah, sure.
For 6 years.
6 years. Yeah. This is Luca. That's it.
Since
You
Luca,
know.
yeah, like Luca got
Yeah.
drafted. Oh, he reminds me of Dirk. Let me like him.
Nah, I've been a Mavericks fan for, dude. Anyone that knew me in high school and middle school would tell you I've been a Dirk Mavericks fan for a minute.
We're gonna
Um,
have to fact check that.
no, it's that's Isaiah. Next time when you watch this video, because I grew up with Isaiah. Isaiah, do me a favor. In the comments, because he always listens to the episode, on the comments, throw it down. Be like, yo, Byron has been a Mavericks fan since I've known him. And I've known him since I was like 13, 14 years old. So,
But why the Mavericks?
dude, my family's from Dallas. At least my mom's side of the family.
Okay, okay.
My mom's side of the family's from Dallas. So,
So that
um,
makes sense.
I went to Texas, and I think it was like 8 or 9 or something like that. And then my aunt, no, it was like 2003, 2002 or 2003, one of those years, because it was the year that Steve Nash, it was either 2000, 2002, 2003, when Steve Nash was still there. And my family
Yikes.
used to always put on the Mavericks games. So I used to
So
watch it.
that
So,
okay, that makes sense.
we just got lucky.
Because that's the same way my so like I have a buddy of mine. So the way he chose his baseball team. So back in the '90s, pretty much if you wanted to watch baseball, you either had the Yankees on,
The
especially
Mets.
in this area, the Mets, but you also had the Braves because of TNT.
Mm-hmm.
So he chose the Braves because he didn't want to follow the bandwagon of everyone in the thing. So he became a Braves fan just because, like I said, they were on TV. So he just watched them. So that's how he chose his baseball team.
By the way,
But
their stadium is gorgeous.
is it?
Yeah, I drive by it all the time. Gorgeous. And that Mercedes-Benz Stadium as well, gorgeous. I was just there this afternoon. Had to drive right past it when I was going to the DMV.
Yo, say what's up to Julio Jones for me, bro.
Julio's come to the pictures. But no, that Atlanta Braves one, gorgeous. As soon as they let fans in there, it's not too crazy. I'm going to see a Braves game.
Nice. But onto some basketball, man. Are you ready, Byron? Are you ready to add James Harden to the MVP list?
No, he lost to Luca.
Oh my God, that's it.
No, so
That's
let me
your.
let me before I go off topic. So I was clowning Isaac on Twitter. So the Nets and the Mavericks had a game the other night. Um, and you know how Isaac was out here like, wait, mark the date, wait till and I'm like, okay, we'll mark the date and all that stuff. And then I've never heard my man pull so many excuses in my life. And Isaac used to work for me, so I used to hear a lot of excuses. But like he pulled the cake on this one. He's like, we're down KD, we're down Kyrie, and I'm like, well, you still have James Harden on your team. Yeah, but we're missing two stars. I'm like, but James Harden's like a top 10 player. Like I don't understand it. He's like, yeah, but we're missing KD and Kyrie if we're fully healthy. I'm like, no, I get it. He's like, well, how would you feel if you didn't have Luca? I'm like, well, that's way different, um, a way different situation because then we'd have no superstars. You still have one. He's like, well, you have KP. I was like, if you're putting KP on the same level as Kyrie and Durant, you're bugging. So my man was out here throwing excuses left and right, talking about, oh, that was an easy win for you. Mind you, he still had James Harden, who almost had a triple double that game. So just throwing that out there.
Just had to throw the jab in there, huh?
100%. I mean, I'm not taking him. I never said he was a horrible player. I just don't think he's getting better. I mean, he just needed a better team around him. It's just come playoff time, and that's always been his knock is playoff time. I don't care about regular season. He's already had an award. He's been the MVP before. It's just can he win in the playoffs? And the answer is always no. So I don't really care about regular season because then we'd be talking about regular season only. But
But
there's something
but
called
what
the
about
playoffs at the end.
but what about individual right now, like James Harden? Like, did he move up in your MVP list?
Yeah, he did.
So you have who do
100%.
you said you still got Embiid number
Embiid,
one,
Embiid number one,
right? LeBron number two,
LeBron number two,
and then who's number three?
and Luca. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
yeah,
I'd put Harden up there. I mean, just for what he's been doing with the Nets, I'd push him up there. Um, but I wouldn't say that like he. I'm more worried about what happens in the playoff time. Like, let's see what happens in the playoffs. He could win these awards in the regular season. It's just him winning the championship. Like, the easiest way he's right now the Peyton Manning of NFL. Like, he wins all those awards and stuff like that, but come playoff time, you can't find him. Just
nah,
I'm
but
hoping he
I mean,
hoping
but
he
it's a
proves me wrong.
different. I feel like he's in a different situation now. Like I feel like the James Harden of Houston, his play style, like I don't think it was enough to get them to where they need to get to. This James Harden, the playmaker one, like this is the one that's gonna get them over the hump. Like because the biggest thing with James Harden is he needed to score,
Mm-hmm.
correct? He needed to score,
Yeah.
so he had to drop 30, 40, 50, like he had to drop points in order for them to even be in the game. With Kyrie and KD, they don't have to do that anymore. He doesn't have to do that anymore. He can actually, and he's been doing it. He's averaging less points. He's actually leading the league in assists, and he's actually I want to say either 9 rebounds per game or something like that. So he's close to averaging a triple double. And I mean that's more. I think that fits for the team right there for the Nets. That fits more his play style, being a playmaker, moving the ball around, and he's taken that role and he's comfortable with it. The last game they had, he had what was it, the triple? Did he have the triple double? I want to say with no turnovers, which was say what you say. I know he's the king of turnovers or anything like that for the last couple of years, but
Well, I mean, he's always has a ball in his hand. That's why he has so many
yeah,
turnovers.
high, yeah, exactly. So I mean, but either way, like that's pretty impressive. And they're doing it without KD, so it's just been pretty much either him by himself, or him and Kyrie for the most part. But you know what? I mean, if he continues to play this way, I'm definitely ready to put him in the conversation. I've got my MVP race is flipped
LeBron.
around.
LeBron.
LeBron number one still, Embiid number two.
He hasn't been able to win without AD.
I mean, they've been struggling. They've been struggling.
So I guess that means AD is the MVP because he's their most valuable player.
Not
That's the,
really.
the
It's just
definition of that's the definition of the award is that like he's the most valuable player on that team.
no, no.
So if we're going off that analogy right now, is that AD is the most valuable player on that team because
Not
LeBron
really. It's
can't win
just that
without him.
that team. But you also that team is built for LeBron and AD
It's a
together.
LeBron James team built. Yeah, just the way he
So
always builds it. He has two good players, and then everyone else is
no,
trash.
he only has one good player, which is AD, and he's gone. So it's very
Well,
different. It's
what
very
about old
different.
LeBron? LeBron of 2 years ago, he didn't have AD. He had just Kevin Love.
Actually, 2 years ago, he got hurt. He was injured. So
I don't know why you guys can't just see that he's not as like. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but he's not. He's not. I'm
yeah,
not saying that.
watch your words.
He's not an MVP. He's
He's
not
not
an
the
MVP.
what?
No, he's not.
Yo, you are bugging. Like that's
Dude, my man
crazy.
can't win without AD. Like, bro, like,
But
so Luca wins his games by himself, and he's not the MVP.
he's not. No one wins by first. Of all, no one wins by themselves. So relax.
Bro,
Okay.
he had
Listen. Without AD, right? Without AD, they're still second in the West.
yeah, because they had a sizable lead, but it wasn't as drastic as it was before.
No, but they're still second in the West, bro. Like they're still half a game ahead of the Clippers, who aren't even playing the best basketball.
Mhm.
Uh, Phoenix, for as good as they've been playing, they're still
They're
behind.
only a
Like,
game behind him. They're only a game behind
but
him.
even with that, like the Lakers are 5-5 in the last 10. So regardless of the
Five hundred.
we went on a losing streak. Yes, we snapped it. We're back. We're fine. Like I said, AD get his rest. Once he comes back, like oh,
What if he doesn't?
he
Because we
will.
don't know how serious his injury
He
is.
will. He will.
What if he comes back and it's more serious than we thought?
No, They're gonna rest him until he's ready.
This is why I hate you Lakers and LeBron fans is that you
No,
guys don't want to notice like
because you guys do not respect this man. Like it's
it's not that
ridiculous.
we don't respect them. Is that like
Like
any Luca goes 500 and you guys are like, man, he fell off. But like LeBron goes 500 and it's
what do you mean
okay,
Luca goes hard? No one hypes Luca up. Like
bro.
we know
Luca's
he's a good play. We know Luca's a good player, but
a
no
good
no one
player.
no one's expecting Luca's team to go 73-9. Like
But we expect that
that's
from Lakers.
like we expect the Lakers to be in the playoffs,
No, man.
number one seed, number two seed. LeBron's gonna
No,
carry them
you
to
expect
that.
it. No, he's
No,
not. Dude, he can't even
that's
carry them in the mid right before the All
That's
Star
the
break. And
that's
you're
the
talking about he's
that's
gonna
the
carry them.
yo. It's LeBron James. At the end of the day, his name still holds weight. His name still holds value. And at the end of the day, he's still hanging in there with all these young guns of these players. Like he's still doing his thing, bro. Like it's like I don't understand why is that so hard for you guys to like comprehend that my man's been doing this for as long as he's been doing it, still playing at a high level when all your favorite players are not even gonna make it and do the same thing that LeBron did.
What are you talking about?
None of your favorite players are gonna play for 18 years. I'll tell you that right now.
Dirk played for 21.
Not him. He's already retired. I'm talking about the players that are playing right now. None of
So you tell
them.
me Luca's not gonna play for 21 years
No, he's not. No, he's
right
not.
now.
No, he's not.
I bet you $1,000 that Luca will play 21 years in the league,
No,
minus like a catastrophic injury.
no.
21 years in the league.
14 years max.
14 years. You think he's Allen Iverson?
14 years max.
You're comparing him to Allen Iverson right now.
Bro, like that's most players don't do that. There's not a long list of players that have played 20 plus
Kevin
years.
Garnett, Kevin Garnett, Kobe, Dirk. Do you want me to keep going?
That's
Tim
it.
Duncan.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
Tim Duncan did
Nah.
19. I'm
That's what I'm
sorry.
saying. Like there's no like
19.
I'm not saying there's not players, but the list of players that have done it, it's not a long list. Like there's players just don't do
Robert
that.
Horry?
Players just don't do that. Molina, what's going on, Molina? Right on time too, because we were talking
That
about
bum.
James Harden's MVP chances, but
That bum, man.
like I said,
That
you
bum.
guys have to put more respect into LeBron's name, bro. Like that's
No,
that's
it's not
just
even just
plain
that,
and
bro. It's
simple.
just
Like to play as many games as he's played, to be leading in the categories that he leads in, the amount of finals appearances that he's been in, the amount of games that he's put into his body, like that's just, and he's still playing at a high level, like that's just, you don't see that very often. Like that's special.
yeah. Dirk did it for 21 years.
But not at that same. Yeah, you can't compare Dirk to like LeBron James. Like that's not the same level. Like Dirk is a star, but he's not in LeBron's tier. Unless you think that
What that Dirk's
Dirk
on the same
Dirk
level as.
Dirk and LeBron are in the same tier.
Well, I mean, Dirk won a championship because of LeBron.
No, but he's not in the same tier of
No, I mean
LeBron's
he's a
status. Like
generational talent. I mean
that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, LeBron James is a generational talent. Dirk is a really, really, really good player. Like a great player. Like he's most people put him on like tier one, tier two. I put him on tier one because come on, man. Like,
Definitely like second or third tier. But go ahead, continue.
bro, like you don't even watch basketball, Lou. Like, I don't understand it. Like you don't even watch basketball.
Bro,
Like
you
you don't
claim
even you
you
don't
claim you watch it and you put Dirk in top 10. That makes no sense.
bro, have you not seen what he had to go through every single year?
Nothing. He shot with one leg. Like that's what he went through. That's all he gave. That's all he gave the NBA. His little
One leg shot?
one leg shot.
Dude,
That's all
from
he gave.
2000 that 011 playoffs was ridiculous with him, bro. Like I don't understand how like you don't understand this.
Okay, but that's one season.
One season, bro.
That's
My
one,
man,
one that's one good season.
my
Freaking
man.
LeBron comes back from 3-1 in the finals and still gets no credit. But you want to give Dirk, like, come
It
on,
was
that's,
more of a
you
choke
see what
job
I'm
than him.
saying? Like you see what I'm saying? Like this is what you guys do. Like this is what everyone does. It's LeBron does it. Yeah, whatever. Oh, someone else does it. Oh nah, man, forget. Like he's amazing. Like no, like that's nah. You guys always try to bring LeBron down, man, and then that's crazy.
Bro, he literally had to beat Steph Curry, Clay Thompson, and Draymond Green with Kyrie, Kevin Love, and himself. Is that what you're telling me right now?
Yeah,
Like
they came
that's
back.
that's so three superstars had to beat the two superstar team.
What you mean? What three superstars?
Bro, Kyrie wasn't a superstar. Kevin Love was a superstar.
And
See, that's what I'm saying is that you guys don't like giving credit when
but
credit's
that's what I'm
due.
saying. Like, so you're putting them in the same class. So you're putting Kevin Love, star status, superstar status, same class as LeBron James. Like, no, that doesn't.
No, but he's still a
That's what I'm
superstar
saying.
though.
Like,
He's still a
LeBron is
superstar
a
though.
higher tier. Steph Curry, higher tier, right? Then you have your Draymonds, you have your Klay Thompsons, your Kyries, your Kevin Loves. Like, they have to stay. At the end of the day, they still have to come back from 3-1,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is regardless,
Very tough to do. Very tough.
regardless,
100%.
it's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had to win Game 7 at the Warriors
Yo,
Arena.
where does see Isaac's even saying it? Isaac's saying, bro, my man was 26 and 12, averaging 26 and 12 when he was with the when he was with the Minnesota Timberwolves, averaging a
No,
double double,
with
a
the
double double.
is he talking about like right now with the Cavs?
No, he was talking about. He's talking about. So he's saying is that um my man was averaging a double double with the Minnesota Timberwolves before he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No,
He was a
he was
bona
a
fide.
no, he was a really good
He was a
player
bona fide superstar,
for
bro. People were drooling over him.
for the Cavs. He had to take a seat back, but he's not a super. You don't put him in that same superstar tier though.
I'm not no, but I'm not saying that they're the same tier superstar, but he is a superstar player. You guys just like to sit there and say LeBron
No,
doesn't have help.
he's a star
Dude,
player.
if no,
No, no, no,
dude,
no. No one said he didn't have any help. You see, all I
no,
said
but you're
was
saying that
that
what you're but you're not understanding is that LeBron does think. Thanks on that one, Isaac. Um what I'm saying is that like my biggest thing is that everyone loves to sit there and say like LeBron did it all by himself. No, my man had Kyrie fucking Irving on that team. Like Kyrie was a star at that time, bro. Yes, they weren't winning games, but they didn't have a good team built around them. They got Kevin Love, dude. He if they didn't beat that team, that's something different.
no
Um
one said he didn't have
Now
help.
the following year he had help, bro. So
No, what I'm saying, no one said he.
so my question,
I never said he didn't have help.
listen to me.
All I
So
said was the fact that he came back down 3-1 to that Warriors team. Like that's impressive.
my question to you is that who did so Jason Terry's on the same level as Kyrie Irving is what you're asking, what you're telling me.
Nah, of course not.
No. So you're telling me Peja Stojakovic was on the same level as Kevin Love.
Yeah, you can put them in the same level. You can actually put them in the same level.
So you're telling me Tyson Chandler is on the same level as Kyrie Irving
Oh,
and Kevin
definitely.
Love?
Nah, no,
No.
definitely not.
So what you're telling me though is this is what I'm telling you is that like you guys don't look at what Dirk had to do with the team, but you'll give LeBron credit for what he had to do and had a superstar team around him. If he had a lesser team, like my man had Kevin Bosch during that time and Dwayne Wade and couldn't beat my man Dirk on one leg.
I mean, it was the first year assembled team. Things happen.
And exactly. And he had Draymond suspended for game 6.
Oh wow, okay.
Bro,
It doesn't matter. They still
bro,
won
like
game. They still won Game 7 in Oracle. They still came back 3-1. That's not his fault.
like man,
That's what I'm saying.
everything was just
At the end of the day, we celebrate. If KD does something, you guys celebrate it.
no, I don't. I don't celebrate none of his
Le,
championships. No, don't
LeBron
generalize
does it.
this. Don't generalize this. Don't generalize it.
Whatever,
Don't generalize it.
whatever.
I don't give KD credit for those rings. He literally he didn't even win those rings. He was just there. Bro, that team went 72-9. 73-9, I'm sorry. 73-9 and still lost. Bro, adding KD was unreal, dude. I don't consider those championship rings championship wings. Now, if he wins one with the Nets, that's something different. But as of right now, he has no rings in my eyes. I'm just being honest.
He still won rings. Like I
100%.
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Kyrie saved LeBron. Ray Allen saved LeBron. Those are 2 chips he wouldn't have had. The bubble saved LeBron.
Wow.
3 rings he wouldn't
So
have
that's
had.
crazy. You see, but okay, you see, perfect. This is perfect. You see what I'm saying? Everyone saves LeBron, but then we don't talk about other players that save. Like it's part of the
Who
team.
saved
Like,
Dirk? Who saved
huh?
Dirk? Who saved Dirk?
Who saved Dirk?
Hmm?
LeBron James saved Dirk.
Because his ultimate choke job, right?
Miami. He couldn't figure out what the hell they wanted to do. They couldn't figure out who the leader was, who this was. Like, so they got lucky on that.
Isaac,
There's
our wrestling segments at the end, buddy.
there's a there's
So
a
it's like
there's a there's a reason why Dirk, you know,
one championship.
won just one chip. Like he got lucky with that one. Like they
No,
they
he didn't.
blessed him.
He demolished the
They got
Heat.
blessed.
He
And the
demolished the
whole
Heat.
Kyrie and Ray Allen save LeBron. No. It's flip it
That is a
flip
real thing.
flip it around.
That's a real thing.
LeBron saved Kyrie and Ray Allen because if
No,
LeBron
like
wasn't a
Kyrie hit
part,
those
listen,
shots.
LeBron brought him to the finals. How about that?
No, he didn't.
He brought him to the finals. If LeBron wasn't there, Kyrie would have never been in the finals.
That's fake news, man.
What?
So
There
I'm
was no
telling
way
you
Kyrie
right
was
now,
going to the finals.
you're not talking about all the times that LeBron choked. You're not talking about when he choked against the Celtics. You're not talking about when he choked against Orlando. You're not talking about all that. That's the thing you're not
But
talking
every
about.
player does. Every player has their bad series. Every player has their bad like games. Like
When LeBron was playing like everyone else and didn't build his
at
super
at
teams,
the
he wasn't going
at
to the
the
finals.
he went
He
well.
couldn't
He
even
actually
make.
he did go
He
to the finals with the
one
Cavs
time, and guess
with
what? And guess what?
with a bum team though.
Yes, but when he built when they were building regular teams around him, he couldn't get to the finals and win it. He had to have that super team in order to get to that place. And that's what I'm telling you is that, like, as much as you want to say it's all LeBron's talent, no, put LeBron with the team that Dirk had and they're not winning it. I'm telling you right now. They're not.
They're still winning it.
They're not. They're
They're still
not.
winning
They're
it.
not winning it.
You guys
They're
gotta
not.
respect. You gotta respect LeBron.
Oh man,
LeBron is the GOAT. He's the greatest.
Or Dirk beat LeBron and bro. Dirk beat LeBron. Dirk beat KD. Dirk beat Westbrook. Dirk beat Brandon Roy. Dirk
He had one. Okay, he had one good year. Like okay,
one good year, my man, bro. We went 20 years to the playoffs consistently. We were
congrats to
consistently
Dirk for
20
making
years to the playoffs.
his one little ring. You know, like good job, good job. That's what we're gonna congratulate
Word
him for.
up.
Go ahead.
So I like having combos with Isaac because Isaac's more rational to a
No,
certain extent.
no, but none of you guys are rational. You guys are just
What do you
LeBron.
mean?
You guys are just LeBron haters.
How?
You guys hate on LeBron James.
How? My man is one.
You guys do not give him the respect that he deserves. You guys
He's a
do not
great
give
player,
him
but he's not a great
like
leader to win it all.
what do you mean? It's because of him they make it there.
Oh man.
He's
Oh
there's
man.
a so the one constant in these finals, he's been to 10 finals. It's been
So
LeBron James.
my question to you is that if
So
he didn't get hurt,
you're telling me that you take LeBron James out, replace him with someone else. Those teams are doing the same exact thing. No, like
mm-hmm,
there's
100%,
no LeBron
100%.
James is the constant of all that. They're not doing that without him. Regardless if Kyrie makes a game winning shot, regardless if Ray Allen makes a game winning shot, because in Jordan's career he's had other people make game winning shots as well. So has the Lakers. So has everyone else. So it's like it's not just LeBron that gets
Dirk did it.
saved by role players. Like role players are always saving superstars in every single season and year, and it's gonna continue. Like you guys make it seem like it's just LeBron. But
Word up, LeBron is the GOAT, but needs all the help in the world.
every player needs help, baby. Every player needs help. You need a supporting cast.
Not to the extent that LeBron does.
You
Because
need
let's
you
talk
need you
about.
need a supporting
Can we talk
cast.
about? Can we talk about 2000 and from 2003 to 2013 when he didn't have that supporting cast?
And he was still winning games.
He
But
wasn't. Yeah, but he wasn't winning championships.
nah, it was
He was
hard.
0-1.
It was hard.
But Dirk
No.
did it by himself, and all of a sudden,
He
no.
didn't do it by himself.
Who do you have?
He had a supporting
Name
cast.
everyone. Name the whole roster.
He had JJ Barea, baby. You know that's my
Who else?
cousin.
Who else?
You had Jason Terry. You
Who
had
else?
freaking Tyson Chandler on there.
Who else?
Did you guys? Let me see. Let me look it up. I'll tell you right
Exactly. Karan Butler, Deshaun Stevenson.
now. You see, you had
You want me to keep
you had
going?
good talent. You had good talent around. Like I said, you guys are just haters. You guys are just haters
How are we haters, bro?
of LeBron James. That's all it is. Because it's funny. It's funny, right? How LeBron needs all this help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna give him credit, right? Molina, who's watching, right? We're not gonna give LeBron credit for his finals. So that means we shouldn't give the Brooklyn Nets credit for their finals, huh?
What do you mean?
They've got a superstar squad, right? They've got the big three. So so are you telling me that if the Nets win the finals, we're gonna give them credit for having a big three, but not like, but then we're gonna hold it
We're
against
not
LeBron?
we're not trying to put them
No,
as goats though. We're not trying to put
no,
Kyrie as a goat. We're not trying to put Harden as a goat.
LeBron is though.
No, he's not.
There's
If we go
there,
off of records, he's not.
But that's why you don't go off of records because it's not a record thing. That's a
What does
team.
he
That's a team
do?
stat.
That's a team stat. Yeah,
That's a
100.
team
percent And
stat.
he can't make his
The
team better.
championship is a team stat. But at the end of
And
the
he
day,
can't make his teams better.
What do you
He can't
mean?
make his teams
How do you
better.
not make your team better by making it to the
Four
finals 10
wins.
times?
4 wins, and only has 4 wins.
But he's still making the finals 10
Four
times. How is that
wins.
not
Lewis,
making your
four
team
wins.
better?
4 wins.
There's teams that can't even make it
Four
to the
wins.
finals once.
4 wins.
There's
LeBron.
no one.
Jordan did it 6 times.
There's teams not even making it to the finals one time. How is he not making the teams better?
He's not. He can't win
You're
it.
crazy. He's won it 4 times. He's got 4 chips. And if you want to go off record, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to go off record, then you can't even name Jordan the GOAT because there's people that have more chips than him. So it's like,
Well, he's 6-0 in the finals.
there's like it makes no sense.
He's 6-0 in the finals.
Yeah, after quitting 3 times, like get out of here. Like don't.
He's 6-0 in the finals.
You know what? Next
Won 3 straight.
episode, guys. Strictly LeBron versus Jordan. Like we're gonna have a real discussion. We're gonna go deep into this, bro.
Oh, don't. Do you want me to turn the heat down and give you cramps like they did with the Spurs?
We're gonna go into this because I'm pretty sure in one episode, all the Jordan fans are gonna retire 3 times, man. Because that's what he does. Retired 3 times. Couldn't take it.
Are you gonna call?
His body couldn't handle it, so Jordan retired 3 times.
Are you gonna call 2 more people in to help you out too, or no?
Moving on.
Are you gonna call 2 more people to help you out with this discussion?
Moving on, right? Because the Bulls still made the Eastern Conference Finals without Jordan, but just saying, that supporting cast wasn't that great. Yeah, get out of here.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Not at all.
Moving on, because this discussion would take a whole hour, but we're not gonna do that.
MJ is a great athlete. Good call on that, Molina.
He's a good basketball player. I wouldn't call him a great athlete.
He played baseball.
That wasn't good at baseball.
Yeah, because you could play baseball.
I can't play baseball. Actually, yeah, I used to play baseball.
Sure.
Yeah, ask about me. Doesn't take much to play baseball, by the way. So relax.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on, because you guys gonna get my like this. You guys are like, I can't believe it. Got me all rattled right now because you guys are just the biggest LeBron haters in the. I swear, like everyone's just a hater. Like
it's not that we're haters,
dude.
You
guys just don't appreciate the greatness. That's what it is.
Is we do appreciate the greatness, but we're not calling him the greatest of all time. You are, and we have discussions and we have ways to counteract
because
he is. He's not,
and it's arguable. Like there's a reason why the debate has always been Jordan and LeBron and no one else. There's no Dirk and Jordan. There's they don't.
Kobe.
Yeah, no.
I mentioned Kobe in there. Don't ever disrespect
you mentioned Kobe, but
don't ever disrespect Kobe.
Everywhere else, like the talk is always Kobe. Jordan versus LeBron. Like that's
it's been like that since day one.
Since LeBron came into the league, like that's sorry,
no,
but
that's just because they called him the next Jordan, but Jordan wouldn't choke all those games away.
That's the closest.
Yeah, because he got swept by the Spurs. He lost to the Spurs the other year with Kawhi. Then he lost to the Golden State Warriors 8 times. He lost to Dirk. You want me to keep going?
And he's still got 4 chips. He's got 10 appearances. He's gonna lead the league in scoring. He's gonna have 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds, his MVPs, his All-Star appearances.
And have a losing record in the finals.
Have
a losing record in the finals.
And he's still active. He's still active in the league. Like
this right here.
Like that's it.
He's having a losing record.
The record don't matter.
All of a sudden now, so everything you just notated was records, but all of a sudden now records
accomplishments,
which are records.
Those are accomplishments. Those are true facts. He's an NBA champion. He's a All-Star. He's an MVP.
He's a sub 500 champion.
All that is
sub 500
is correct. And he's gonna be the only player when it's all said and
sub
done.
500 and be the greatest of all time.
40,000 points, number one. 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds.
Like Give him on the line. Give him on the line. Give it to Kobe. Give him on the line to give it to Kobe.
LeBron has a better percentage when it comes to those type of shots. Just a heads up. Just saying.
Yeah, obviously not in the finals.
Just saying.
We're probably talking about regular season.
Look up the stats. Look at the stats.
Obviously not in the
percentage,
finals.
Right? Because you love percenentages, Byron.
Yeah,
when it comes to percentages,
Kobe took more shots.
LeBron has a better percentage of those type of shots. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying, man.
Well, he came in the regular season, I bet.
Just saying. It's just even in the playoffs. Actually, in the playoffs too. Better percentage. Look it up, guys. I don't.
Does he have a better finals percentage than Kobe?
He's got more appearances than Kobe. He's got
does he have more rings than Kobe?
MVPs.
So
he's gonna tie Kobe this year, actually.
So my question to you is that, and let me just get this clear. You always like to knock on me in my Call of Duty stats, talking about, I play more games, so that means I should have more kills and I should have a higher record, right? So with that same analogy, is that LeBron has been to the finals more, so that means he should have more rings than Kobe, who's been in the finals less.
Oh, he should, yeah. But
Yeah,
that's why
but he doesn't.
he's gonna
But he
match him.
doesn't.
He's gonna match him this year.
But he doesn't.
He's gonna
No, he's
match
not.
him this
No,
year,
he's not. No, he's not. I'll give it to the Nets
and
before I give it
then
to Lakers.
next year they're gonna get their sixth ring and match Jordan.
No, facts. Isaac pulled a very good stat. He said, ask 10 people who they want to shoot the game winning shot. Only 2 people would pick LeBron, and they'd be both your drunk ass to do that. Because I'll
Listen,
tell you right now.
you know,
I'm telling you right now, bro. Like,
and analytics. I'm gonna go with the analytics. I'm gonna go with the percentage. If he has a
it's a
if LeBron has a better percentage in those type of shots, then yeah, I'm gonna give it to LeBron. Just saying,
yeah. I'll just give it to the guy that wins has more championship
just saying,
rings.
just saying, man. Which a big part of that was Shaq, right? But no,
Shaq,
we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Shaq.
It's I forgot. Only LeBron needs all the help.
So then 4 wins are AD,
Only
AD,
LeBron needs
Chris
all the help.
Bosh, and Dwayne
No
Wade
other superstar
and Kyrie.
needs help.
No, no, no,
No
no.
other
We're not
superstar
saying
needs
that.
help. Like that's
We're not saying that. But in that same way you're talking about, oh, it's that Shaq's wins, then that is AD's win. That's this one's Dwayne
well, no.
Wade, this is Chris Bosh, and this is Kyrie.
Shaq was the MVP. Shaq is the reason why they were there. Same way that LeBron is the reason why his team's
So
making it to the
what about the
finals.
two? What about the 2 wins that Kobe had by himself when he was the Finals MVP both once?
By himself, you're gonna disrespect Pau Gasol like that?
No, but I mean, but
You're gonna
because you made it
disrespect
seem.
Pau Gasol,
No, no,
Lamar
I'm
Odom,
just. I mean, don't get me started with
um,
Lamar Odom, but
uh,
I'm just using the same analogy you are because
Trevor
you said.
Ariza, Derek Fisher,
But
Andrew
what I'm trying to do
Bynum.
is,
Like, you're gonna disrespect all these players. Like, sheesh.
dude, all I'm doing is just using your same type of verbiage you said.
No,
You
but
said
I
because
never
Shaq
said
was the MVP. You said Shaq was MVP.
I never
So
say
you
he
said,
doesn't
oh,
have
that's
help.
Shaq's win. You said that was Shaq's win because that was the MVP.
I never say he doesn't have help. All I said was like
No, he gets carried there.
if we're gonna talk about how LeBron needs all this help, let's not forget that
He gets carried there.
all your favorite players also had the help. So
He gets carried there.
that the fuck get carried over there. You crazy?
Bro, my man gets carried over there. What are you talking about?
You get crazy. So that's why like he is the reason why they're in the finals. Kyrie has no rings if LeBron isn't there. Like, relax. Next
Bro,
topic. Next
don't
topic.
do that.
Next topic, bro. Because
Don't do that.
you guys are the day you guys are gonna be rational and think not with your heart. Like, let me know.
I'm not thinking with my heart.
You guys are just haters. You guys are never gonna
How are we
appreciate.
haters? Explain to me how I'm a hater.
You guys are never gonna appreciate LeBron James. That's all it is.
I mean, 100%, but
100%.
like,
Never gonna appreciate LeBron James as.
because we don't consider him the GOAT.
I mean,
We don't consider him the GOAT.
okay, but
He might be the greatest of
even
his
if
generation,
even if you don't have him as a GOAT, he better be number two. But you guys don't even have him as that.
bro. But because you keep telling him is that he's the greatest of the generation. He's not. He's not
He's
the
the
greatest of the generation.
greatest of his era, greatest of his time, and the greatest of all time. Okay,
No, man, that's the
all
problem.
time,
You're not being rational about it.
all
Every discussion
time.
we have is it talks about that specific stuff. Like,
No, you guys only bring up the losses. That's all you
'cause he
guys
has so
care.
many.
That's all you guys care about. But when you look at the totality of an NBA career, that's crazy. That's you see, disrespectful. Like, that's what I'm saying. Disrespectful. But you guys don't look at the totality of a career. That's what makes someone the GOAT. You can't just go based off one fact, like one
so
championship.
this guy getting carried off the court is GOAT, and he lost his finals. Just throwing that out there.
He is the GOAT, man. He is the
He
GOAT.
lost the final.
You can post
He
any
lost the
picture you
final that
want.
year.
You can post any
He lost
picture
the
you
final
want.
that year. He lost the final that year.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. They're allowed to lose, but he still got 4 chips. He's a champion regardless. Future Hall of Famer, MVP, all that. So totality of career, he is the GOAT.
Next topic.
When it's all said and
Next
done,
topic.
when it's all said and done, if you look at his whole career, because that's everyone just looks at Jordan's 6 rings, but if you look at his LeBron's whole career, like it's gonna the case is gonna make it. It's gonna be on its own. You'll see. You'll see.
Next topic.
Next topic, because you guys, like I said, haters. So we're gonna bring it down a bit, man. So how cool are you with NBA games letting fans back in?
Mm,
Because I think they're gonna start letting them in at a certain
yeah, but
percentage.
the way they're doing it is that like they're not letting them sit like close to baseline or court, so it's like has them like they're in the second tier, which I'm fine with that. To each their own. Everyone could feel as comfortable as they want. Like we joke around, but like, we got Albert out here at the clubs left and right. We got Isaac going to movies, every other day. So, to each their own. As long as they feel comfortable, I'm cool with it. But as long as they don't get them courtside and stuff like that, I think that's where I would draw the line.
Nah, that's the biggest thing, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're gonna open everything up, right? So like if you're gonna allow retail stores, you're gonna allow all these other places to open up and have people in them.
That
Why
is
not?
facts. I do wear a mask going to the bathroom in my own house.
Why not have like why not allow fans, especially in a stadium or arena where it's like pretty spaced out? Like you can legit have fans every other section, every other like 2 3 seats, and you'll be fine. Um, and at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they can use that revenue because at the end of the day, that's what they care about sometimes too is just trying to make up that money that they lost from everything. So I'm okay with it, man. I'm actually excited. Like I would love to go back to a game, man. It's been a while for myself. Can you remember the last time you went to a game?
Dirk's last game in New York, I went to go see him against the Knicks. It was like his last game in New York, so I went to go see him there. It was a crazy experience to say the least, because people in New York are reckless, man, especially when they see you with the Dirk jersey. So, but it was a great game. We won, and then the next day we traded Dennis Smith Jr. for KP, which was
Nah, the,
hilarious.
the last the last game that I remember going to was actually D Wade's final game in Brooklyn. I went to that game. That was crazy. That was a crazy ass game because obviously like it got to a point where they just wanted D Wade to have the ball and just do his shit. Like everyone just wanted like D Wade to just kind of go crazy. He had a couple good plays and stuff like that. But it was a good experience, man. It was definitely one to remember, man. I was definitely excited about that one.
Someone threw in there that you probably go with your chest hairs out, no mask on.
Oh, definitely tank top, wife beater, whatever you guys want to call them. But in the summer, that's all I need, man. That's it. Remember, it's you got to cover your face, not your chest hairs.
Not your body. I get it.
But no, I'm excited, bro. Like, cause I definitely I would love to go to a game. It's definitely been a while, man. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, definitely wanna get to a game sometime soon. So I'm all for it, man. I'm happy for it, and I hope it doesn't, you know, get crazy and make these corona cases go up or hurt it.
I know. I don't think so. I mean, we saw how crazy packed the Super Bowl was, and we hear about a spike. But then again, that's Florida, so who knows?
They've been hiding their results over there, so they don't want to tell us about it.
Yeah,
Um,
tickets are expensive too. Have you looked at the prices on them?
I have not even because like I said, I mean I haven't been planning to go, so like I haven't even been looking at it. But
Like, I think the tickets for like the baseball games, even for like the for what's that thing called? Um, the opening day for um the Dodgers is going for like 8 grand for bleacher seats.
what the
Like, it's
hell?
wild. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, they're expensive.
I'm not doing all
Like,
that.
if I was gonna go see the Hawks right now, which by the way, I just had to accept that if I catch COVID, it's on me. It's about $300 a ticket, and they're far as hell. 650 a ticket, and that's if I find something close. And it doesn't let me sit close up, so it's kind of wild, man. And it's against the Kings too. On top of that, so please don't do the. So they make you sign something, full refund if it's postponed or scheduled.
No, no, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, like nosebleeds going for $120 right now in the
Nah,
NBA
that's wild as hell. I'm not.
for
I'm
the
not.
Hawks, and
I,
the Hawks are
I,
trash.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
The Hawks are trash right now. I'm trying to see if they have any like Braves tickets going on right now.
No, but I
I
know,
don't
I
see
know,
any.
I know you mentioned this earlier, man. But your boy Luca did snap the Nets winning streak.
Yes,
How
he
do
did.
how do you feel about that?
My man said $200 for a ticket. I'm in the sky talking to Jesus. Nah, that's a real thing. Nah, man, I told you guys, Luca's coming back, man. I said the Mavericks were gonna, make a little run to the playoffs, and what they're doing now. Isaac won't consider that a real loss. Knowing him, he's probably sitting there blaming everyone else why they lost. But I honestly think that was a good win on them. we'll really consider it a real win once we have those two against them. So I think it was a good thing. I mean, we're moving some momentum. I think we're a game out. Bro, you still had Harden. Like, relax. Like, my man's no KD, no Kyrie. You still had Harden, bro. Like, I don't understand it. It's still a great team. Like, it's like facing Houston last year. I don't understand it. So, what people always say is that if they're a good team, they can find ways to win. And obviously, they couldn't find a way to win.
Not
How'd you
yet.
feel about that, Lewis?
I mean, so this is it's always funny, or it's always like a funny experience when like you have friends that are fans of teams and their teams lose.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense,
Oh, they
like
find an excuse online.
especially like when you have like someone like Isaac,
Pro,
who
pro.
constantly like, oh, Brooklyn, 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 and then when they lose, it's like, oh, like to me that's kind of funny. But no excuses. You still got to play the game. You still have an MVP playing, like James Harden is playing, because I'm pretty sure roles reversed. If the Nets would have won the game, he would have been talking about how great James Harden is, and James Harden this, James Harden that. He did it without this person. That like it would have been it would have been the same dialogue, just in a more positive note. So it's like,
Yeah, like I told
um,
you, they'd win without him.
exactly.
Bro, so here's the issue that I keep having with Isaac's analogy. So Luca is the only superstar we have. It was an equal superstar battle, Luca against Harden. Now, if I didn't have Luca, then they wouldn't have Harden. That'd be a fair team advantage. That's what I keep telling them is that like Luca is one superstar versus the team that has three. So superstar versus superstar. My superstar won. That's as simple as that.
Correct, correct, correct. Um, so heading on to the staying in the NBA topic, well, moving to the West really. You ready to believe in the
Mm,
Utah
it's
Jazz?
too early. It's bro after the All Star game, and even then, it's still too early. Midway season, I'll start believing it. It's way
I
too early right
mean,
now.
they're still balling, and they're still. You've got the Lakers with their issues with no AD. The Clippers have been a little bit of a roller coaster, being able to close out some games. I mean, Phoenix is playing good. Phoenix is playing good. The Trailblazers are, kind of everyone kind of just teetering in the same position that we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I know some people are ready to pull the trigger on the Jazz, and right now they're in a good spot, especially with the issues with LA. So we'll see what happens with that.
So the thing I'll say is that like for me specifically is I think it's still too early, man, because the season's a little out of whack. Like it's not how it normally would be. So like right now we'd be talking about playoff contention and stuff like that, but it's too early because the season's like not even the midway point, which is it just throws everyone off to be honest. Everyone gets excited. I'm still excited about the Knicks, but I think it's just still too early to kind of see what's going on.
The Knicks, you're talking about the fourth seed Knicks.
Don't do
Whoo,
that.
they're back, baby. Basketball's
18
back.
and 17, man. Yo, it's since Mr. Schmurder came back, man. You haven't
Listen, man.
lost a game.
Listen. Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from with the too early, but I mean, at the end of the day, like how a lot of teams start is how they finish for the most part. Like
Mm-hmm.
usually they don't kind of lose that momentum, unless major injuries or anything crazy with the whole pandemic. But New York Knicks as a fourth seed right now in the East, I mean that's kind of weird to see. They're finally over 500. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They're on a three-game winning streak. So it's like, that's I know some Knicks fan out there. Like I know you guys are happy about that because it's been a long time coming, man. But I'm excited, man. I feel like it's good for the NBA to have the Knicks actually like playing some good basketball. So should make for an interesting rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for to see some Nick playoff baseball, making sure they actually get some games going in. And it's been a minute since they've seen some playoff actions. But it's a shout out to the coaching man, Tom Thibodeau over there. He's doing his thing
Your
right
boy,
now.
your boy Randall,
Yo, Julius Randle, you guys are playing me, but he made the
D
All Star team.
D Rose,
D
the
Rose,
return
man.
the return of the Rose.
No, but
So
18 and 17. 18 and 17, man. It's been crazy.
also, man, All Star game coming up soon, man. Uh, we gotta play our game. We have to play our All Star game that the players that we drafted. Because according to social media, your boy built a better team than
Louis,
you.
your grandma voted twice.
No, it's not a thing.
Your dad voted twice.
I don't know why you're hating. Like, I don't know why you're upset with the fact that like people like my team better.
Sure, they do.
No, so I'll look it up right now. So let's see here. Where is it?
Hold on though.
Yeah, so on Instagram, your boy was 75%, 75% votes on Instagram. So shout out to
75%.
shout out to my Instagram followers, who supported me there. I think on Facebook I was 100%. The only people that believed in your team were the Twitter guys. That's it.
Yeah, I think I won that one.
On Twitter, I think is the only ones that actually had like. Let me see. Let me take a look at it right now. Yeah, so on Twitter, I don't know if you had like some friends that like you probably made like a couple accounts. Knowing
Hmm.
knowing you that you're a very tech savvy guy, you probably like signed up to like 5 Twitter accounts just to vote. But on Twitter, you were 59%. So like I said, I mean it was pretty much split. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But we'll get that game going. But staying on the All Star topic though, man, how happy, satisfied, or upset were you with the rosters?
I was okay with it. Um, yeah, I think that I was okay with the picks. I expected some people to go in, but for overall, I was actually okay with some of them. It's a popularity contest, we know this. So, I really respect Jimmy Buckets for what he did. Though he didn't want to be a rotation player if he couldn't do it, but that was kudos to him.
Any names that like stuck out to you, like you were like, oh, definitely were
Julius
surprised,
Randle,
or
no, Julius Randle respects, bro.
that's your guy, man.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna have to hop off, man. My son's just waking up, man, so I gotta hop off for a bit.
Oh man, time to be a daddy, guys.
Yeah, man.
But dad, let's wrap it up, man. That does it for our episode, man. As always, make sure you guys follow us on social media. You can find me at Junebug0226 on all platforms. And then Byron.
You got me a Golden Boy B at Xbox, Twitch, and PlayStation. And then the Great Hambino on Instagram.
Nice, man. Also, as always, man, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming in. Uh, be on the lookout for more content, guys. Be on the lookout for more Twitter news. And as always, thank you guys and peace out.